yeah, he's a good dude.
All right,
Dude,
live.
you are live.
All
All
right.
right. You're live.
Well, I'm
You're
live.
live. You're the man.
We made it to Ryan's Road Racing Lunch. I love these crazy, I don't know where I'm going, and there's some dude off YouTube or Facebook, and we met in those
Yeah, we
channels
actually met about, I think it was a
somehow.
year or two ago on there. I saw you, and you were just making your step and moving to Cali, and you were doing your whole thing, and I thought that was great. So, yeah.
Well, and you used to comment on the videos that we did at the college.
Yes, I did. I actually
So-
commented on a lot of that early stuff as well.
And that's how I got
Huge
connected
fan,
with
man.
you.
Huge fan.
What up, brother? And so
Huge fan.
you had...
Hi, Lance.
Yeah.
Hey, is Lance on?
Yeah, Lance is on.
Well, hey, whoever
What's
else.
up, Lance? How
we
you
got,
doing?
We got Kurt filming. We got Joe from MMR
Yeah.
hanging out too. What up, brother? But you know,
you
it's
wanna
one
be
of those
internet
things
famous?
that
No.
we just said. What I love about the Facebook community and YouTube community. I'm a bigger YouTube fan.
I understand that. No,
but, you
YouTube
know.
is great.
But you know, you could just reach out to another motorcyclist and be like, "Hey, I'm in the neighborhood. Can I show up or whatnot?" So we're here to check it out.
Yeah.
And Ryan started telling stories. I said, "Stop.
Let's
This is
tape
worth
it."
capturing because it's ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
We're in this garage, the lounge, and I can't believe the shit that's in here, man.
Oh, man. It's like a shrine for anything 80s, 90s, early 2000s road racing. We have it here.
I want to turn it over to you and just
Sure, if you want to get the camera over here, that we can kind of show each bike. I mean, we can kind of go down the line. If you want to start over here, well, basically what we have here is just a plain Jane 95 Kawasaki ZX7L model. I ended up purchasing this bike from Scott Kettner out of California. I was a huge Scott Russell fan growing up, Doug Chandler fan, and when I went through this bike, you know, he had it online, and I said, man, I had an 07 R6 at the time, and in order to get this one, I was like, now I'm going to sell my 07 R6, and I'm going to grab this bike, and I ended up doing that, and I ended up picking this bike up, and I've loved this motorcycle. It's probably one of my favorites in the group. We actually have one of Scott Russell's helmets right here sitting on it. Autographed on the back, if you guys want to see that. Yep, to Ryan, Scott Russell. He signed this at his place, and this actually helmet set on the championship bike at his place in his museum at home.
I gotta interrupt
Sure.
because just a couple days ago on a mutual friend's post, on Lance's post,
Right.
you were talking about how those boots would be good with that bike. Well, I'm looking at the paint scheme on this. And
Well,
I'm thinking that they could trip.
Well,
on
here's
that.
the only reason I say that those Alpine Star boots, that the Swan, you know, that are basically the Swan truck,
Right,
because
right.
only go with that because I do have a shot, and I was looking for it in one of the magazines, and I thought I saved it on Facebook, but I didn't. Lance Holst actually wore those boots riding this motorcycle doing a stoppie in Motorcyclist 1991. It had to be
Oh,
April or March.
gotta find
I
it.
have the catalog somewhere, but he's actually doing a stoppie. So Lance, that's the reason I love those boots so much, because you wore them and you were on this motorcycle doing a stoppie. Now, it was either him or Nick Einach, but I'm friends with both of them, so I'm pretty sure it was Lance.
Comment. If you know Lance,
If you know
comment.
Lance, yeah.
And if you find the photo, post it
I will
later.
find the photo. That's not a problem. But no, like I said, this bike is just, you know, dear to my heart. And anybody that has a Kawasaki ZX7, the Kawasaki ZX7 is not complete until you have a full Muzzy exhaust system on this bike, and it came with that. So the owner I got it from had a lot of different pieces that he actually bought from Rob Muzzy himself. So this bike was really built around that. So this bike is just amazing. And then we're going to go on to the 91 FZR 1000. This bike is really one of my new favorites. What I really love about this motorcycle is it was oh, it's okay.
It went a little crazy.
It's a little crazy. It's okay. This bike right here is amazing. I love this 91 FZR 1000. This bike
There we
was
go.
actually
Turn that
owned
up.
by Thomas Stevens, 1991 AMA Superbike champion, and he rode 2 Vinnies back in the day and rode for Team Yoshimura Suzuki and a lot of different teams. But Yamaha actually ended up giving this to him as a gift for winning the 91 AMA Superbike title, Yamaha's first ever AMA Superbike title to add to that plate. And also, he ended up racing, had a deal for a Suzuki 8-hour deal, and they owed him a little bit of money for that. So they said, look, you can pick any bike. Him and Jamie James were actually awarded these motorcycles. So this bike was Thomas's, and me and him worked out it was just one of those mutual friend deals. And he said, look, if you come down, I want you to come pick this thing up. So I went down to South Florida, where he lives about 3 hours away. We picked it up. We made the deal happen, and a handshake sealed the deal. And this bike is beautiful. It's only got how many miles now? 12,737 original miles. Bone stock. We're not doing anything with this motorcycle. We're going to ride it, preserve it, and that's what we've been doing. So really appreciate Thomas and everything he did on that.
I see Vance and Hines stuff up there.
Yes, that's actually a Dave Sadowski actual pit shirt that he wore back in 1990.
Why does it look so small?
He's a small guy. He
Was
was.
it like 16?
No, he was about, I don't know, 22, 23 at the time, maybe a little older. I don't know.
I've never read
But it was 1990, so and he actually wore that picture at the
He is
1990 Daytona 200, where she actually won that race. We go to the 93 FZR 600. This bike was really cool. I ended up picking this up, drove all the way to Pennsylvania with the help of my father, Stephen Rawls, let me borrow his truck. We ended up, me and my buddy Simon ended up picking this motorcycle up, and this bike was just amazing to pick up. It was very clean, full Vance & Hines Super Sport system on it. Other than that, though, she is just bone stock, and she's very clean for her age. And this bike just has a lot of great, I have a lot of good times with this motorcycle. And you got to love the twin headlights. Everybody says, man, the twin headlights are kind of dead. No, the twin headlights are always going to live in here. I love the old school 80s and 96. Yeah. So this FZR 600, a lot of people give me crap because it's pink and purple, but you know what? That was the 90s colors.
I know a guy that has boots that would match that.
I know that. I know. I mean, we keep talking about that, right? I mean, Lance, please, we need the Alpine Star boots to kind of go. So I actually have a set of purple ones somewhere around
I
here.
swore in that post he offered to will them to someone.
That was me.
It you?
That was me.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. I think we need some accountability.
And a Donald Jack's tail section, which we have some Donald Jack's memorabilia here too, so we can get to that in a little bit. Last but not least, we have the 1972 H1500. My uncle ended up gifting this to me. He actually owned this bike for a very, very long time. Did a little bit of restoration to it. He was tired of kind of just going with it and saying, hey, you know what? I'm not riding it no more. I want it to be in your collection. Would you enjoy it? And I said, sure, I really would. And I told him I would, and the bike is amazing. Just one of those bikes you don't see a lot. So 1972 Kawasaki H1500 CC triple two-stroke. What's not to love? This thing is a beast. It's got aftermarket exhaust system. The stingers. We took the stingers off one time, and oh my God, it was loud. I mean, the bike is amazing. It's got a little bit of headwork, so it's stock. So it's a nice bike. But that's basically just a whole collection of the bikes, and then we have memorabilia, as you see everywhere here. I mean,
everywhere you look.
Yeah, we've got stuff hanging from the ceiling, helmets.
I didn't see the Cowie one earlier.
Yeah, we got it's on one of Felipe McLean's. He's actually a good friend of mine. We've actually got leathers all over here. We've got a set of Dane Easy leathers. Yep, we've got we got an old GSXR helmet up there.
This is carbon fiber.
Yep, that's actually Larry Pegram's 1997 Yoshimura GSXR 750 AMA Superbike front upper that is hanging up here, and I got that from a near dear friend.
Look at this.
Yep, Scott Russell's leathers. Yeah.
Scott! I got to meet him.
Yeah, you got to meet Scott. What did you think about him?
I met Scott Russell at Brainerd. If he's on here, this will be funny. Because I was 18, 19.
Yep.
I had a 91 ZX7R, which no 18-year-old kid bought.
Oh, of course. It was a homologation model, yeah.
And I'm in turn 3 at Brainerd, and I had put a number plate on it, so there was only one headlight. I had it all muzzy, perfectly stickered, muzzy exhaust. You have to have and I'm in turn 3 at Brainerd, and I'm sitting there watching, and this guy rolls up next to me on a mountain bike, and he's like, "Hey, nice bike." And I was like, "Yeah, it's an R." And I didn't even look at who the guy was, and I was so into the bike, I just started talking about it, right? And at one point, I look up, and I'm like, holy shit, Scott Russell.
Scott Russell, yeah.
The guy that I'm bragging about my stock street bike.
How you doing? I'm Scott Russell, yeah.
It turned me, he's like, come to the pits later, I'll get you a real muzzy sticker. And then he got me the muzzy sticker.
That's what's up, there you go.
So Scott, thank you. I'll never forget that. I've told that story a million times.
Scott actually wore these blue leathers right here when he was doing Yamaha Champions Riding School. Now he's doing a lot of ridiculousness racing stuff, which is great.
Mountain bikes.
Yeah, I'm talking about Yamaha Racing Champions School when they did the riding school. He actually wore these. So we're at his house. He goes, Ryan, you need to get rid of some of this stuff, man. I want you to take these with you. Gave me these. Thomas Stevens, same with those Motul Yamaha Nordica or Team Viceroy leathers. Jeff May actually ran Barber last year. Amsoil did Amsoil built, made these leathers for him, and he actually ended up getting second in the race. Well, he was going to auction off the leathers. So, I've been a huge fan of this guy. And everybody says it was rigged. I don't know why they say that. But his kid picked it out of the box, and I ended up winning the leathers, which is crazy.
Elbow.
So,
Dragging an elbow.
there's a dude on here that says you need to give me a shirt. Lance says he raced a 90 FZR 600 and loved it. Kent Kunisugu and Nick Einach raced the 89
Kent is
FZR
man. Kent is the man.
600s. Some guy named Bruce Kennedy's watching. I mean, you got a crowd of people jumping in
quite a
here.
few, huh? Yeah.
We're
We can
gonna
do a giveaway
we're
on
gonna do
race.
something.
Let's do it. We're going to do
We're
something.
gonna do something.
We're gonna do something.
We'll do something here.
So
We do it over here. We got the pile. Yeah, we do it over here. That's no problem.
Just because I believe in networking and having fun, and I'm giving you one.
Oh, I appreciate that. No, I'll wear it with pride, man.
That's for you.
But yeah, I appreciate that.
But the reason is when we were making videos at the college, man, Kurt, that's how I met you originally.
Yeah.
And it's crazy.
7 years ago.
7 years ago? Man. But what I love was that community. And one thing you see in your lounge is also community. Like, you make a post, oh, I remember this, or I knew that, or I knew this, or whatnot. So I can't stress enough, man. You people that love people, get out there, tell your stories.
Support your local
ask
groups.
Ask your questions. But we're going to take and do a How to Rent shirt.
Cool.
For one of you guys. I'll do a raffle when I get back.
Sure, we can do that.
The only thing I'm asking is that if you want to be entered in this raffle drawing, you got to like both our pages. You're already on this one. You're already on mine. But you got to like the other one.
Ryan's Roadracing Lounge Facebook group page, easy to find.
You got to share this video, telling all this history.
Oh, yeah.
Show it off to your buddies. Suggest people to join us, and you can have a shirt.
Man, that's what I mean.
Cool.
What's not to like? And we got Ryan's Roadracing Lounge t-shirts on sale on the Ryan's Roadracing Lounge group page.
Shameless plugs are always worth
It's always good. I had to, man.
Or you can go YouTube and watch over 600 how-to videos.
Yes, on How to Wrench YouTube channel. Not a bad deal here.
You know what we're doing here? We're actually here for MMI. We got Joe here.
Yes.
You mind me dropping your name now that I've said it, and now I'm gonna.
But he doesn't want to be internet famous.
He doesn't want to be internet famous.
But we're here for MMI. And,
right.
You know, and it's your PAC meeting where we're looking at curriculum and different things. We're here representing Suzuki. We're super honored just to be able to be there and be part of that. But like today, I'm just looking at our stream. You look at all this history, right? Tonight at dinner, we were realizing that there was 500 years of experience sitting at that dinner table.
Wow.
500 years of industry experience.
That's awesome.
Help me out. Kawasaki.
Kawasaki, Yamaha,
There you go.
Suzuki, Harley Davidson. And then when you look at the Volvo, Penta, Berkeley.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot of experience.
A lot of different manufacturers and brands, representing. That's great.
And
That's what we need.
We get to go in and actually sit in the classrooms and watch the instructors teach, engage with the students and so on. But telling stories, because that's what we always do too. I wish Chris could have made it tonight, because your CX-7 is
he loves
this
the
place.
CX-7.
I invited him.
Sure.
He was a wrench for Muzzy back in 98, 99.
Okay.
And then he
What's
has
his last name?
quite a history.
Rios.
Rios?
I know. Okay, I've seen him on Facebook. I've seen
So
him on there, yeah.
we connected today. Let's just tell him about this. So we wanted him to come, but he had to head off to Supercross or some other.
Nice.
awesome
Okay,
event.
well, Supercross ain't bad.
But that's the kind of people that are on these boards. So the other thing, if you haven't yet, support your schools, support MMI.
Is
and so
that
on.
person that signature?
No.
No?
Totally
Okay.
different.
Okay.
No,
Just
totally
wondering.
different.
They might, yeah. Who knows?
Little different.
That just would have been weird.
Now that's actually belongs to Julian Carrera and Michael Carrera, which is Julian Carrera is a young South Florida Mini GP racer that is doing a lot of different stuff on the Super Motard stuff. We actually do South Florida Mini GP, which I was doing a lot of announcing for them this last year and a little bit earlier this year, and still doing it through 2019. So his son actually, ended up donating those leathers to us.
I have this helmet.
You had the Doug Chandler.
Yes.
Now a lot of people
I
think
crashed
that's.
on it.
Did you? What year?
92 was
That
my
sounds
Soma
about right.
in Brainerd, Minnesota, and my $500 helmet saved my
Yeah.
head. $500 in
Those
92.
Signet Qs were pretty sweet,
Right,
weren't
pull it
they?
down.
Yeah. Pull it down, yeah.
love it.
It's a little dusty probably, so.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a little dusty, but no. This is actually an old Quadnum right here, an old Doug Chandler
I
Quadnum.
have the same helmet.
Yep, old Quadrum right here.
What's
Love it.
crazy, but I gotta see a picture. I'll post it in this video.
Sure.
Okay. But you can actually see the Dunlop tread pattern where the bike ran. my
Oh,
head
there
over.
you go.
And I can look at that and be like,
Yep.
that was my Dunlop for that year.
Funny of mine, a friend of mine
that's
actually
great.
had that, and he ended up selling it to me for a steal of a deal. So I was like, yeah, it's not really good to wear anymore, but if you look below, that's Wayne Rainey. That's an Wayne Rainey X, I think it's X9. Probably an earlier one than that, actually. It's an old M90 Snell right here, that 91 Shoei helmet. Wayne Rainey replica. I found that in the garbage. I used to be a garbage truck.
I know a guy.
I used to work for the garbage
that
truck
has a
company, and I
pair of
found
boots
that. Yeah, that match it.
that match it.
Well, let's
This
talk.
is not ending.
Let's talk and
It's
see what
not-
happens.
it's
You know,
not
I mean,
ending.
yeah, like I said, I would love to do some mannequins
I have this
eventually.
helmet too, a Kosinski.
Yes, that actually helmet was crashed by my father back in. It might be a little harder one to get out. There you go.
Dude, I've got this helmet too.
This helmet was actually bought. My dad ended
Mine's
up
a
getting it
little
for a steal of a deal back in 97, 98. Kaczynski.
He was crazy.
Yeah, I've got the original. I've got not original. There's a showing one they made, and then they made the bell, and then they made Arai made it. 99 and 2000. They actually made an RX-7 and then a Quadnum they made, and I've got both of them in my room
I'm
in
just
there.
like grabbing your stuff.
Oh, that's
like
okay. Dude, it ain't hurt nothing. Man, they haven't been grabbed in a while, but who cares? They need to be get off the shelf sometimes. Yeah, exactly.
I'm not from California.
But no, we got basically got a whole wall of. We've got boots up there. I've got a set of Alpine Star Dual replica boots. We've got. You like these?
Stickle ups with the metal studs.
Those are actually.
That's a Suzuki.
Those are actually Thomas Stevens's gloves right there. Street gloves that he never wore. And he gave it to me.
Do you remember these with the metal studs?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they got hot.
Yeah, they did get hot when he went down. I mean, yeah, you were feeling it the next day.
Lance.
Yep, Kevin Schwantz. These were the boots that came out last year at COTA when they just made the Kenny Roberts Sr. one, so I'm actually looking to do those. Those boots right there, you see the Alpine Stars?
Is this Freddie Spencer?
No, that is actually that's actually another Doug Chandler replica in a different color, but Danny Walker. He used to be an AMA 250 rider. Actually does all the stuff for Road Racing Factory and all that. The Team Broaster Chicken. He actually runs the team. That's actually his actual helmet. He wore it the '93 USGP when he was riding Harris Yamaha. Yep. And these are actually Neil Hodson's.
So much. I keep looking around new stuff.
He was one of the first people I met when I moved to Colorado.
Danny Walker's the man.
We got Rossi.
Yeah, Rossi's up here hanging out. Yeah, you gotta have a Rossi stand up, right? Yep, Rossi's up here. Yeah, we got Hayden. We got Roger Lee, and we got Nikki sitting up there. So this is just a little bit of the stuff I have hanging up, you know. But these are actually Neil Hodson's race boots that he actually gave me at a Daytona tire test in '08. And yeah, there's the poster right there that kind of goes with it. I met him in a Barnes & Noble, which was pretty funny. There's a long story I put on the lounge about that. So if anybody ever wants to catch that, it's pretty neat.
And if you're new to this, like, so if we're getting how to wrench people new on here, you got to go back and look at some of these older stories. If this is your thing and you're into the 90s
life stories
racing, I mean, it's way cool.
It's pretty neat. There's a lot of history here, and that's, you know, when you come home, I work in a bike shop, and everybody goes, man, you're going to get burned out working in a bike shop. I enjoy what I do. I work parts there, help out wherever I can. Sprocket Speed Shop is my shop. We're over off 1215 West Jefferson Street in Orlando, Florida.
Another shameless plug.
Yeah, I love plugs, man. So yeah, Keith and the boys can help you out. No problem over there.
You ever hired an MMI grad? Look at that, Joe.
We've actually, the MMI grads, we've actually had a few come in the door, and we actually help with assistance if they ever need something. We already have a full deck of mechanics, but we do everything we can to help those guys if they need if they need to know where to go, or, you know, what's the next direction, we're there to help. So yes, MMI is a big thing, a big part of it.
Dude, this was fun.
Oh, I appreciate it, Shane. I appreciate you. You know, I know you guys are all the way in Cali, and just, you know, great to meet you, man.
Yeah, fine.
Dude, I always end my videos hugging it out.
Yeah, I want to do that too, man. Here we go.
Not from California. Fruits and nuts.
It's inside joke. I'm just having too much fun.
No, but I appreciate you guys, you know, coming out and checking out the lounge, and you know, it's a big honor.
I appreciate you collecting the history. You
I appreciate that.
Somebody's got.
Someone has to do it, right? Yeah. And and the cool thing is, in Orlando, I might have a really, you know, probably one of the biggest around in Orlando. But there's a lot of great collections out there. And I'm envy of everybody else's stuff too. So for me, just kind of going over what I have is amazing. But to see what everybody else has on Facebook, and it's just amazing.
Lance has some
Lance, I know. Lance sends me pictures all the time, and I go, please stop sending me pictures, because I know I'm going to want all this stuff eventually. So, but Lance, Nick Einach, a lot of those guys, I know you guys have iconic motorbikes out there.
Yes.
Adam Trump and all them, they do a great job. I'm going to want to get over there and see them.
That George Barber guy's got a nice collection.
Barber Museum. I've been there. I've been there many times, and that is a museum that if anybody's never seen the Barber Museum, you have to get over to Birmingham, Alabama, and see it.
The guys at Iconics just waiting.
Yeah, they're very cool. Yeah, very cool guys.
I keep talking to them, but I got to get out there in an hour from here.
Right?
Right?
Yeah, there's a lot of cool roads you guys have out there. So, Mo, I've been to California a few times. Definitely one of my dreams to go visit, you know, the Yosh factory. I'd love to go see the Yosh factory. I've been loving it.
I made it into the front door the other day.
I saw that.
Just right into the front door.
And I saw that you were having a hard time getting your title transferred with the GSX 1000.
I still don't have it.
That's crazy, man. Well, in Florida, it's easy enough to get them. I mean, you know, you got to move down. We might not have a lot of curves down here, but we got a lot of people that enjoy this stuff. And
Ryan knows a guy. He can get you.
I know a guy. Yeah, there's a guy I know, and there's another guy we can hook you up with.
Joe does too.
Yeah, there's a bunch of things. But no, like I said, this is just a small collection of what we have here. And like I said, I have a lot more in boxes, but until I get my own official garage, and but thankful that my cousin Naomi Fixel let me move in about a year ago. It's coming up on a year now, and you know, just a place to crash for another year or two until I get enough money saved to get my own place. And this is just, you know, I love it. I love this.
You know
house.
what I love? Oh,
Yeah,
I
check
just
it out.
keep
Sure.
looking at the posters and
Yeah.
stuff. Jeez, you remember
Colin
this?
Edwards and Jimmy James, 94. Yamaha champion. Yeah.
You know, iconic. Actually, did you see where they just did that track day and they pulled?
Yeah, they actually-
I think a YCF 750.
Yep,
they did a track day.
They actually
on it.
pulled out an old YZF 750 SP that was ridden by Cycle World.
Yes.
And I think it was Alan Carruthers. I'm trying to think.
I don't
Pause.
know.
It was one of the riders, you know, Alan Cathcart or somebody did a lot of different things on that bike, and that bike was actually owned by a good buddy of mine named Tony Avello for a while.
kidding.
He actually owned it, and then they sold it over to Adam, and Adam has it, and they're actually
The
doing a lot of
stuff
good
they
things. with it.
get just blows my mind.
He's got a lot of good-
NR 750.
There's a lot of good connections he's got, you know, and he's
Yeah.
in the right mix with different people, and yeah, they're a great group of guys,
To
and
tag all those guys in here. So
there's
they
a lot
see
of different
this too.
people, you know.
Hey, Lance says he's got a 2001 R6 you can ride when you come to SoCal.
I would love that. Yeah, I would love to see that, and just
And
you know,
they- and
love to
he's
see
no
him and
bullshit.
Margot. So I appreciate the support, Lance and Margot. Thank you so much.
One of the trips I went out there, I was on a Triumph Tiger with saddlebags.
There you
I
go.
rode with Carrie Andrew, Winnie Newton.
I've been to
Lance.
Hydrocycle. I actually visited Carrie Andrew back in 2016, late 16, I think it was.
He's come to track day. Monday
Carrie
with Lance.
Andrew is the man.
Right.
Carrie
Right.
was a legendary tuner.
He is
Made a
a
lot of
legendary.
is still a legendary
yeah.
tuner, and just rode the wheels off anything. So every time I see Carrie at Barber Vintage Fest every year I go, when he's there, I always shake the man's hand, and just a huge Carrie Andrew fan.
So I got a good story because we like stories.
Sure, I
So-
love
Hey,
stories.
you better make the story quick because
My
your
battery
phone's telling
go
me
good?
it's got a low battery.
Uh-oh.
All right, so I go out to California for whatever reason, and might have been my interview, but Lance, he says, yeah, we're going to take you riding, and so I'm riding with Carrie, Wendy, and Lance, so walk and ride.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
2 days a week. I'm on a Triumph Tiger touring bike with
Right.
saddlebags and whatnot. So in the hurry of things, I got one saddlebag empty, didn't get my tool saddlebag. I had torque wrenches. I had 30 pounds of
Oh,
tools.
I bet.
So we're on Highway 2, and I'm trying to hang on to this thing, and when I would make left turns, it was nice and smooth through the
Oh,
corner.
yeah.
I go around rights. I'm like flat tracking this thing. We finally get to Newcombs, and Carrie comes right and goes, hey, man, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, this is great. I said, I'm just trying to ride at a good pace. He goes, why won't your bike turn right? And I said, well,
You got a lot of tools in
I
here,
think
man.
it's the tools. Well, I open the bag, and everything's falling. Carrie grabs torque, and he's like, are you kidding me? And we're dying laughing. You
That's
know?
awesome.
So we get back, and Lance is like, you're taking Margot's Ducati. So Margot gives me her Monster to ride.
There you
so I'm
go.
like, yeah, it was great. So when they say they'll lend you a bike, they'll lend you a bike.
Oh, I appreciate that, and
It's
like I
way
said,
cool.
Lance has been following my page for ages, and I love all those guys over there. You know, it's really cool. You know, just the motorcycle community. I know a lot of different pro road racers, but it's even the guys that are privateers that I've got a lot of friendships over the years. So it's just a great community, and this is something that I've always been into. I was never, I like to do track days here and there, but I'm just more of a enthusiast, a fan, and just I love it. I love everything about this stuff.
All right, you know the deal. We're going to check out and hang out. Thanks for tuning in.
I
Win a
appreciate
shirt?
you guys coming.
Keep wrenching.
Yes.
Anyway,
Appreciate
we're
it, guys. Thanks.
See ya.